In today's edition of the Sharp Saturday Kephart Style Knife mini-series, we're going to take a look at another take on the Kephart Style knives, this one from the Pathfinder knife shop, and we're going to look at their Kephart XL knife. And as always, we're going to kind of compare it against the benchmark for this series, the K-Bar Kephart. That's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose, your home for trustworthy information and gear reviews related to camping, survival, and general preparedness for regular folks. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me here for another Sharp Saturday video, actually for another edition of the Kephart mini-series within the Sharp Saturday series. And this time, the folks at the Pathfinder knife shop were kind enough to send me one of their Kephart XLs, which is kind of their take on a larger version of the Kephart style knife. And as always, we're going to kind of hold it up against the benchmark of the BK62 from K-Bar, which is based on an original Kephart knife that Ethan Becker got his hands on. So we're going to do that, but first, as always, a big thank you to the folks at Big Daddy Unlimited for making these Sharp Saturday videos possible. Big Daddy Unlimited is one of the best ways right now that you can save money and help support the channel, because as a member, you can get really great prices on things that go bang and things with blades and all kinds of cool outdoor gear. And you can get your first month for just 99 cents at survivalonpurpose.com/BDU. And you'll have to click one more link there. I'm sorry, but YouTube doesn't allow me to put links to places that sell all these nasty blades and things that go bang and all that. But anyway, if you like it and they wind up saving you money and you maintain your membership, they'll throw me a couple of bucks for introducing you. So it's a win-win for everybody. Survivalonpurpose.com/BDU. Thanks again to those folks for just making these videos possible. So with no more rambling, let's get down to the old stump top. We'll talk about the specs of this Pathfinder knife shop Kephart XL, and then we'll get to doing some of that Kephart knife stuff. Okay, here is the Pathfinder knife shop Kephart XL. Talk about the specs of this thing by itself, and then we'll kind of show you the differences between this one and the Becker BK60, the K-Bar BK62, then we'll get to doing some knife stuff. So first of all, the overall length of this knife is 9.75 inches with a blade of 5 inches long, 1/8 inch thick, 1095 steel with a 13-degree Scandi grind. The weight on this knife is 6.6 ounces, and it has a curly maple handle, which is pinned with a sleeved lanyard hole. The price on this knife is 109 bucks for just the knife. If you want this nice leather sheath, and it is a nice leather sheath, it's another $36.95. It's made by hand, and there's a lifetime warranty on the blade. Workmanship from the Pathfinder knife shop. And it's got this nice kind of a forged finish on it, which is pretty cool, I think. So that's this one. Let's take a look and see how this kind of briefly compares to the K-Bar Kephart. And we're not going to talk about this one in detail because I'll put a link to that video up in the corner. You can go check it out if you want to, if you haven't seen it. But first of all, you can see that the blade's a little bit longer on this one. Can you see that? So get there where you can see it. They're lined up. The blade's a little longer, a little bit longer, and the handle's definitely fatter on the and a little rounder. You can see this is the Pathfinder. This is the K-Bar. So it's a little fatter and a little rounder. They're both full tang. The K-Bar features a tapered tang like the original, where this is just a straight tang. This one has a lanyard hole. The K-Bar does not. And the K-Bar features these little flares on the ends of the handles right there. No flares there. It's just kind of like a straight, slightly flared out and slightly tapering towards your trigger finger area here, but it's more like a broom handle. And then it has a good finger guard here, which so does the K-Bar. But then the blade shape is pretty different, because this is first of all, doesn't have that roundness here. It's a little sharper point. This is also a Scandi grind versus a flat grind, and it's also, this is a 90-degree sharp spine for scraping and striking ferro rods, and this one does not. And this is also approved for, you can use this for, like, it'll strike a spark with a piece of flint. So that's the intention of it. But so as different as they look, why would this one be called a Kephart? And basically it's because they do maintain the same kind of basic design features. They've got, the point is center line with the handle. It's an even point. It has a very simple handle that with a nice finger guard here, and just a very useful, functional, kind of lightweight, usable knife. So this one has a little bit longer blade, which might come in handy. So that being said, wrong sheath. And the other thing I want to show, speaking of sheaths, so again, this K-bar goes down into the sheath maybe an inch, inch and a quarter, and this one goes into this sheath way down there, probably that far. So you can see the difference. This is, to my mind, again, is a lot more secure. Kind of like the SE we looked at last week, and this one's this has got obviously a longer blade than the SE. So now let's get to doing some knife stuff with this. First of all, a couple things. Like all the other Kephart knives, this is not a chopper, okay? It's not intended to be a chopper. It's not designed to be a chopper. So what I thought we'd do with this one, instead of trying to chop with it, take a piece of pretty soft wood here and just try to baton through it. How about that? If you needed to use this for a survival knife, you could, but it's not really designed for a survival knife. But I don't think you're gonna hurt it doing some light batoning. And this is pretty soft wood. I think this is like rows of Sharon from a bush, actually, that got way out of hand. So maybe we can just carve through it like a beaver chew. I'm trying to be consistent here and do some, you know, consistent testing on all these knives, but you know, just have to take them as they come, so to speak. And depending upon what I have, what sort of testing media I have available. So, but that's the only way we can really be consistent with comparing them, is to do consistent testing. So I want to at least do my best to be consistent. Let me just beat the heck out of it through. It's going through. It's going on through. Okay, so she went on through there. Let's do a little splitting here. This small piece of wood here. It's a full tang knife, shouldn't be a problem. And I didn't think it would be. But you see how smooth and soft that wood is? It's very, very soft. I mean, look, let me show you how soft it is. I can make my fingernail, make a mark in my fingernail. You can see that little mark there? So this might be really good once it continues. It's still a little damp, I think. It's not quite, still kind of green. Might be a great hearth board for a good set for a bow drill. I'm gonna have to try that. But what about a piece of good old solid oak? So here's a piece of oak with a bend in it. So we're gonna try this just to see. We want to show how tough these things are. So, and I'm not concerned about it. It's just, you know, pretty reasonable. And obviously you can see it did just fine. So, oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do the redneck sharp test. Shall we do that? Let's see. We got to do it again. Here we go. Let's try it. You ready? Oh yeah, man, look at that. Just look at that. Would you look at it? Man, a lot of hair there. Okay. I think this thing might shave a yak. All right, so now that's out of the way. Let's do a little carving. We'll carve on the oak. Oh man, this thing's got, this Scandi grind is like really good. I wasn't doubtful, because everything I've ever tested from the Pathfinder knife shop, and I've tested several knives from them in the past, man, the quality's always been there. Always been there. Man, it's just carving nice, so smooth, thin, paper thin. You can read through these curls. And this is oak, but bear in mind, again, this is oak. This is not my favorite curling wood. I wish I had some nice birch. I know where some birch trees are. I may go cut one down and let it season for a little while. They might not like that. It's a golf course. But you know what? I'm gonna just, I mean, that's beautiful. Okay, so that's what it is. It is good. So let's see, carve a few more. Maybe we'll try a little bit of this. Oh man, this wood is so soft. It's just almost hard to carve. It's like trying to carve a piece of soap. Man, that's unbelievable. Okay. All right, so you know where we're going next, don't you? We got us some of that fat wood there. Yes, sir, Babalooey. And we got us a real sharp spine on this. So let's just see what we got, what that equals. Ooh, can you smell that? Oh my gosh. Ah, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so next. We'll take just the old oak shavings first by themselves, no fat wood. And see, and there are not many there. Let's get a couple more. Let's get a couple more, just for fun. Gotta get some real fine ones, some little bitty, teeny tiny ones. Of course, when I start making the teeny tiny ones, the wind picks up, so I don't know if they're going to last or not, but there's a few. Let's put them over there. Get the old ferro rod here, and we'll try just the oak. Let's see what happens. Oh man. Well, we got some fire going, it's just not sustaining itself. Let's see. There we go, we got some fire now. Will it stay? Will it stay? Will it make it? I think it might make it now. Yes, okay. So, just the oak. Come on, burn, baby, burn. Don't go out on me now. Don't go out. Oh, it went out. Kind of damp, maybe. So, you know what's next, don't you? Watch this. Haha, that's why I love me some fat wood. Oh yeah. Okay, well let's wrap this up as I stand here in front of the balance, orientation, and rotation device. And I'm about to tell you that as we are not doing for any of the other Kephart style knives in this mini series, we're not balance testing these knives. You know, they got wooden handles and stuff. It's just, you know, we're not going to do it, okay? Sue me, whatever. I've explained that in the past videos. However, there's plenty of balance testing coming up in the other Sharp Saturday videos. I promise you're going to really like. Matter of fact, I got some coming up I think you're going to really like the balance testing on. But anyway, having said that, let's talk about these two knives specifically and kind of I'll give you my final thoughts. And then, as I said in the last couple of videos, when we finish this entire series, I'll tell you which one of all the knives we looked at. I'll try to tell you which one is my favorite, but I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts in the comments about which one of these two would be your favorite. So, as you can see, the main differences are the handle shape is a little different on these, and this one is a little bit longer blade. Scandi grind versus the flat grind with the secondary bevel, and the biggest difference in functionality, I think, is this one has that 90-degree spine and this one does not. So this one scrapes and put a ferro rod and scrapes wood really well. This one does not. A little bit longer, but not a lot. I mean, maybe it's like a ½ inch longer or something like that. Not very much. Maybe even 3/8 of an inch longer. A little different handle designs, but they're both pretty comfortable. They're just different. So if you've got experience with these knives or just based on what you've seen in this video, let me know in the comments below. Share your thoughts. I'd be interested to hear which one you think is better. A lot of times in those comments, people bring up things I don't even think of and that I wish I had thought of when I was doing the testing. But that being said, they're both excellent knives in my opinion. So, but let me know what you think. And once again, thanks to the folks at the Pathfinder Knife Shop for sending me this so I can show it to you. As always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. I put out a brand new video every Friday and every Saturday, sometimes random videos throughout the week. And if you want to make sure you don't miss a single one in case the channel gets zapped by some sort of cancel culture ridiculousness, I invite you to go to survivalonpurpose.com/subscribe. Get connected with my weekly email newsletter. Every week I'll send you an email just once a week with links and other stuff in it to videos and deals and information and whatnot. And if something happens to this channel here on YouTube, I'll be able to stay in touch and tell you where you can find the content that you like watching. Hopefully you like watching it. If you don't like watching it, why are you still watching it? I appreciate it. Anyway, as always, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I will see you next time.